Not sure how to start your college essay? Just give me 7 to 8 minutes of your time and I'll share the ultimate formula to make your Common App essay one of the greatest stories you've ever told. Topic, theme, time. These are the 3 ingredients to any banger college essay. Let's start with topic. In general, here are some really bad college essay topics to avoid like the plague. The sports injury / medical issue, musical or athletic performances, tragedies related to death, divorce, or abuse, or worst of all, a straight up regurgitation of your achievements. Here, on the other hand, are some really good topics. Discussing an everyday activity or idea in a new light, like the famous Costco essay. Writing about a humbling but inspiring work experience. My own essay was about this, so if you want to check that out, click here. Funny yet entertaining failures, like if you tried to cook 1,000 potatoes for charity one weekend, but only managed to cook 800. And finally, one of my personal favorites, the motif essay. This one is amazing because hands down, it does work for 90% of students. If you're still struggling to get started, just try this one out. Here's an example. One of the seniors we worked with last cycle got into UPenn by writing about his pen collection to symbolize his love for inquiry, which naturally brings us to theme. What I'm about to say is by far the most important tip in this video. Distill your Common App essay into 3 to 5 words. Keep it focused. One of those words should feature a classical theme. These include vulnerability, selflessness, perseverance, initiative, curiosity, and creative expression. Check out our V-Spice rubric for more information on that. This is the exact same rubric that we use to help seniors get into their dream school every single year. These 6 themes aren't exactly the most brilliant, thought-provoking of all time, but if your essay is missing selflessness or curiosity, that's kind of a red flag. The final ingredient you need is what I call a secret theme. This is a theme that no one else has considered before. You know, that extra oomph that would just really set you apart from the pack. For instance, the Penn student who got into UPenn didn't just write about his inquiry and curiosity. He also mentioned how his sprawled out pen collection and countless sticky notes with random doodles scattered across his room symbolized the way his mind worked in a kind of creative, chaotic dance. Quick aside, guys, but if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to click that like button so we can spread more of this free content to other students all around the world. Definitely subscribe too, since we'll be doing free college essay reviews later this fall. But back to this absolutely genius formula. Personal object or place plus classical theme plus secret theme equals an absolutely goated essay. Here are 2 more examples to really hammer this point home. Bonsai tree plus perseverance plus inner tranquility. My father's sailboat plus intellectual curiosity plus a sense of adventure and wonder. And then there was my own essay, working at my dad's Chinese restaurant in Miami, plus selflessness plus humility. All of these guys got into Ivy League schools. Just like a chef can tell you if a dish is going to be good or bad merely by glancing at a recipe, I can tell you if your Common App essay will work just by seeing these ingredients. Before you start drafting, pinpoint those 3 to 5 keywords and write them at the top of your Google Doc. This will serve as your North Star. When done properly, this can really help cut down the amount of time it takes to write your essay by several hours, sometimes even several days. Now, I'm not going to say that every Common App essay needs to or even should follow this formula, but for those of you who are stumped and you don't know how to start, another recommendation, do this 5 or 10 times with a few different themes, with a few different places or objects, then see which recipe or formula really resonates best with you. Usually the one that you are most excited to write and the one that you think is the easiest to write will turn out to be the best essay. Finally, let's talk about timing. Whenever I do free intro calls with students and parents, I always ask them the following question. How many drafts do you think it takes to put together a top 1% Common App essay? Some say 4, others say 14. The real answer in my professional experience is right in the middle, about 7 or 8. Now, writing 7 to 8 drafts in October or December, 4 days before the deadline. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. Every year, I hear horror stories of students who procrastinated. They waited until the last possible minute, and then they wrote a terrible essay that they were ashamed to submit. And then, surprise, they get rejected everywhere. Do not be that person. Start writing now, today, begin by jotting down as many ideas as you can, as many outlines and themes, since at the end of the day, good ideas are just a function of the number of ideas. After that, create a realistic timeline for your essay. Usually it takes 7 to 8 weeks to write 7 to 8 good drafts. You probably already know this from doing school assignments, but those first few drafts are really, really tough. The good news though, is that as time goes on, those later drafts take drastically less and less effort. The point being, wouldn't you want to knock out those early drafts before school starts, as opposed to pulling 3 all-nighters in a row before the deadline? Take care of your future self. Don't just kick them to the curb. Finally, over 50% of the seniors that we worked with who started early, meaning before October, got in early. If you guys need help with your essay, visit www.elevated.school/editmyessay to get expert feedback. We've reviewed thousands of essays and helped hundreds of students from every background imaginable get into their dream school. We also have a 4-hour course on our site with dozens of additional videos. I'll be dropping a link to that below. That's all for today. Catch you later, my dear virtual little siblings. Captain Kevin, out.